world. To anyone out there listening, I hope all is well. And if it's not well, I'm praying and pulling for you and hoping that it will be. Especially those who go out their way to put out good energy. But all they keep getting back is bullshit. I've been there. I'm going through it now. I understand. I came on here today because I wanted to have a quick chat. I wanted to have a quick chat about signs from the universe. When you're somebody who is on your spiritual journey and you start noticing things, you start realizing, like, you know what? There are no coincidences in life. In fact, for me, I feel like the word coincidences is just a lazy way of just trying to, like, wrap it up in a neat bow. Like, oh no, that's just a coincidence. Oh, no, that's just a coincidence. And it's like, no, there are no coincidences in life. Things are happening for a reason. We live in a physical 3D realm, but there are other realms that are with us simultaneously, moving, orchestrating, putting things in order or in chaos. But that's another subject for another day. But I wanted to talk about this specifically. These past few months, I've been going through it. But in all honesty, I go through it a lot. I think I'm just going to have to start accepting the fact that I'm just one of those people. I don't know what soul contract I made before I showed up on this planet, but I'm someone who goes through a lot. And I need to be on top of my defenses and my protection because of it. And I also notice that this past few months and stuff like that, I felt like the energy and the lesson through these experiences that I've been having has been, you know what, speak up. Speak up. Speak the fuck up. Speak up if you're going through something. Speak up if someone's rubbing you the wrong way. Speak up if someone is pushing and crossing a boundary that you don't like. And not only that, but on top of that, that they know that you don't like, and they still want to play stupid and weaponize their incompetence and weaponize their stupidity just so they could keep doing what it is that they're doing, so they could try to get out you what it is that they want to get out of you. I learned, you know what, speak up. Who gives a fuck if they think you're the villain? A lot of times, people who try you already think you're the villain. They already think you're a fake, you're a fraud, just like them. And they just want to push your buttons, push your limits, or they think you stupid and think you a sucker that they getting ready to lick. I had my hair done. Here's one example. I had my hair done. The hairdresser that I normally go to, I really like her for one simple reason. She listens to me. I had many times in the past where, especially in my younger years, where I would go get my hair done and I'm talking to the person who's doing my hair and they're not listening, especially when I would do the relaxers. Oh no, you need to stay longer so it could get straighter. And I'm like, this is burning my scalp. This is burning me. Like, How much longer do you need to stay for this shit to be straight? Like, this is a chemical that you could shine steel with. This is a chemical that eats out aluminum cans. Like, come on now. Really? Are we really talking this dumbness? And then I would just deal with it. And then I'd come out, hair rinsed and straightened, and I'm feeling soft, fleshy parts of my head where clear ooze is coming out because I've been burnt so severely. I remember one time I think twice in my life, I had a perm, a relaxer. I know we say perm, but perm is something to curl your hair, relaxer is to straighten. I remember twice in my life where I had a relaxer so bad, I had like 2nd-degree burns. I'm talking about hair fell out. There was clear white meat showing, clear ooze, pus, and I had to like really take care of that. But by the grace of God, I still got my head of hair. But I went to her specifically when I said, I am going to go back to the hair salon. I said to myself, I was very adamant on it. Because I remember it would be the simplest requests. And I used to have hairdressers show me attitude when I would ask questions regarding my hair. Or because I didn't want to stay an extra 10 or 15 minutes in the dryer because it was burning. Like, asshole attitudes. And I finally had to say to myself, I'm paying you for a fucking service. You are not doing this for free. You are not doing me a solid. I'm paying you for this service. Respect what it is that I want. If I told you don't take too much out the top, don't just get all scissor hand happy and then say to me, well, you need it cut off. No, mama. This is my service. This is my experience, and this is my money. Respect that. And one of the reasons why I went to her was for the simple fact that she listened to me. She listened to me, and I appreciate that. And I was like, when I say to her, all right, I'm done. It's hurting. It's burning. Let's go. If I say to her that, she listens. And that's one of the reasons. And also, she does good work. She's skilled. She does good work, and she listens. Last time I went to her, granted, I didn't call. I didn't think I had to call. I thought, oh, I'm showing up at 6. She'll still be there, probably doing somebody else's head. I didn't think much of it. I should have. Forgive me. Mercury retrograde during that time. I couldn't get there earlier because I had to do a whole lot of unmatting of my hair. So then I went, and then she was finishing up cleaning. She was like, oh my gosh, you came. She was like, I was going to leave. I was going to go home. I had a prayer line that I was going to lead tonight, my prayer line from my church. But she was nice enough, she stayed. And I'm so glad I took the time to detangle my hair because she was able to get started right on it. So, because she was so pressed to get home while she was doing the rest of my hair and sewing up my braids, the ends of them, to protect them and not get split ends, she had this one thread that was under the braid and just pushing up against my scalp. And it was irritating me and it was painful. And I said, could you please cut that? And she was like, no, there's nothing wrong. I said, could you please cut that? That's hurting me. Oh, no, there's nothing wrong. And I had to put bass in my voice and say, can you please cut that? And then she's like, I don't see anything. There's nothing wrong. And I had to show her. I said, this thread is completely underneath the braid. It's pulling and pushing. It's pulling on the braid and it's pushing onto my scalp. It's going to rip out hair. Please cut it. And then she said, okay, I'm cutting it, but I'm not going to redo it. I said, that's fine. Cut it out. Just cut it. So she didn't redo the process of the thread. And then she put hairpins in. And I'm very particular about the hairpins. If they don't have like full ball points in the ends, I don't like putting them on. But anyways, Long story short, fast forward. As time continued, I'm noticing like the little coif, the little braided up bunned end is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I'm like, what's going on? Like, did she add more braiding hair? Like, what's going on? So I finally said to myself, you know what, let me take this out so I can see what's going on. Saw what was going on. Because she had cut it out and she didn't redo the thread. The hair was unraveling. And not only was it unraveling, but the braids weren't fully braided at the end. Now, there was one time in my life where I experienced where she was pressed to get home. And because of that, she didn't thread, not braid. She didn't thread up the hair like she was supposed to, like she would normally do. And it unraveled. And during that time, I had split ends because of that. But this time, I'm like, hold up. The end of my braids are unraveling. So this shit ain't even, did she even fully braid down to the ends? So I said to myself, you know what? Fuck that shit. Speak up. So I texted her and I said to her, look, next time if you're that pressed to go home, just send me away. I appreciated the fact that you took me, but if you're going to take me and give me crappy service and not give me the good service that I'm normally used to from you, I'd rather you not touch my head. And then she said to me, oh, what are you talking about? I did great work for your hair. And I had to say to her, I was like, look here, I never complained about you doing my hair before. So if I'm complaining, obviously I'm complaining for a reason. And I took a picture as best as I could of the end of my hair. And I was like, the braids are unraveling. The braids aren't even fully braided to the end. Like, what did you do? And I told her, you don't remember when I told you how that thread was hurting me and you cut it and you refused to rethread? And you just said you're not going to do it and then you put hairpins instead? Well, this is what I got. And then she's like, okay, well, I won't do that next time. And I said, look here, I know it won't be a next time because I don't pay you money to have braids not fully done. And then she offered to have me come through and she was like, I'll re-braid your hair and this. And I was like, I don't want to go through all of that. I braided my hair all the way to the ends. I wrapped it up and I put a protective pantyhose cover on it to hold it in place so I don't have nothing rubbing up on it at night and stuff. And I told her, look, I know this was a mistake. She was like, it could have been the hair that I use. And I was like, look, it could have been. All I know is this can't happen again. I told her my hair is very important to me. This can't happen again. And I'm just starting to learn, you know what, speak up. Who gives a fuck if somebody makes you the villain of their story? I had another incident where someone was parked in my parking spot. And back in the many moons ago years, I used to not care. I didn't give a fuck. But once I saw how people were quick to disrespect me, and on top of that, take my parking spot, and I'm talking about live in my parking spot like it's their own, I said, nah, fuck that shit. I'm reclaiming back my time. And I'm letting you motherfuckers know your shit gonna get told. Keep fucking with me. Keep playing with me. And I've been very adamant about it. I've even wrote notes. This is the first and last time you do this again. I will tow your car with no problem. And I'm good with that. And I'm happy that I'm doing that because people love to play stupid with you. People love to do to you what they would never want you to do to them. Never want you to do to them. People love to cross boundaries that if the shoe was on the other foot, they would have been called the cops. After any little inconvenience, at least for me, in my book, that's what I've experienced. And I'm just like, fuck you bitches. Fuck you hoes. No, you're not going to do that to me. So somebody was parked in my spot. And then I was like, hold on. And she came out. She was like, yeah, I gotta go. I gotta move my car. And I said, hold on, excuse me, that's you with the Malibu? She said, yes. I said, shorty, don't park in my spot if I ain't give you permission. Don't play yourself. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm gonna move it. I'm like, I know, like you got a choice. And then I said it for her to hear. I was like, and if I told your car, I'd be the villain in your story. There are some people, you're gonna be the villain in their story regardless. Even if you had every right to stand up for yourself, establish that boundary, or even cuss them the fuck out or slap them the fuck down. Be the fucking villain. Fuck it. Who cares? I used to be a community organizer. And there's some people that I still talk to who I met through the outreach of me doing community organizer work. But I'm not a community organizer anymore. But I still say hi. I still check up because I'm human and I care. I had this one person, she told me how she wanted to do a nonprofit, and it was supposed to be a group home for formerly incarcerated women and girls. And I said, oh my gosh, that is the shiznick. I love that. Then she was like, oh, I don't know how to fill out the forms. And the moment I read that text, I was like, oh God, here it comes. Somebody inconveniencing me, wanting me to do it for them. Weaponize incompetence, weaponize stupidity. And so I said to her, I said, Mama, I don't know anything about filling out this particular form. I work for nonprofits, but I don't know nothing about starting one. What do you need my help with? And then she said, oh, I don't know anything about anything when it comes to it. And I said, what do you need my help with? And she wasn't specific about it. Which I already knew that was just setting it up for the, I need you to do it all for me. And I'm not. That's just the God's honest truth. I'm not. So I was like, okay, let me do some research on this so I could see what's going on. And then I did research on this particular form, and that's when I realized, I'm like, hold the fuck up. This form is a legalized document between you, the state, and IRS. Girl, I don't know nothing about that for me to be playing these games and helping you fill out. It's going to be the blind leading the blind. And I'm not trying to lead myself into any type of tax issues with Uncle Sam or the state. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No ham, no cheese, no salami, no rye. No lettuce, no tomato, no pickles, no onions, no mustard, no mayo. No, ma'am. No. So I let her know. I said, look, I've been doing my research. This is a legalized document. This is something that you want to do. You need to start thinking like a boss. You need to start thinking like a woman who already has a nonprofit. You need to go to a professional. You need to go to a professional. Go to somebody who does this. Go to someone who is well versed in this, whether go to a tax preparer or an actual lawyer. She didn't want to pay nobody. That's what she wanted to do. She thought she was going to weaponize her incompetence and have me do it for her. But fact of the matter is, if I sat down and I did it with her or for her, she was going to have to give me 50% of that. Either that or pay me up front, because I ain't doing something like that for the free. I can't. I'm tired. Let people know that you charge. Watch them not play stupid with you. Let these people know that you charge and watch them choose wisely what they come to you with. And that's where I'm at right now. I don't care to do it for free. I don't care to be the good Christian. I don't care to be the great community organizer. Baby, that S on my chest is gone and that cape is burnt. I ain't doing it. Especially when you could get up off your ass and do it yourself or find someone who could do it better. It's your dream. This is what you want to do. So I just want to say to the world who's listening, baby, speak up. Speak up. Work that throat chakra. Open it up. Speak up. Speak the fuck up. Establish your boundaries. Get your self-respect back. Cut them off if they can't respect it. And if they want to weaponize their incompetence and play stupid, leave them where they stupid ass is standing. hang up and keep it pushing. Been going through a lot, y'all. But I'm going to put my faith in God. I'm going to put my faith in myself. And I'm going to keep on moving forward. Because something's got to give. And it's going to be for the better. Peace and blessings. Take care. Salutations. Be well. And speak the fuck up. Deuces.